Hi, I'm Marilen Crump, expert dream catcher, business coach, and mentor, creator of the Dream Success Strategy, where we teach you principles that help you shift your mindset into abundance and achieve the dreams that you desire. Today, let's talk about getting unstuck. Do you ever feel like you're just stuck somewhere, that you're trying your hardest, that you're trying your best to change? You're trying to change your stuck relationship, or you feel like you're stuck in a pattern and it's just the same thing day in and day out, and you're thinking, how do I get out of this situation? How do I get out of being stuck here? What should I do? Well, first of all, sometimes we get stuck because we don't know what to do next. And in order to know what to do next, you kind of have to have a plan. And if you've been listening to all of these different podcasts, hopefully you've already started writing down a bunch of stuff. But just to reiterate over and over, and this is something that you should think about when you first wake up in the morning, what is going to be your direction for the day? And then what will be the biggest thing that you need to relinquish for that day? How are you going to be efficient, taking action in order to build your momentum? So we just spelled out dream, correct? So do you have that written down every day? And do you know where you're going with your life? Half the time, I ask people who say, I'm stuck, I can't make any more money, and I don't have any more time. And it's just, I feel helpless, confused. What should I do? One place that you should never feel stuck, if at all possible, is your mindset. Almost like, have you ever watched the movie Groundhog Day? So that guy was stuck, right? He was stuck living the same day in and day out. Like he literally would wake up in the morning and experience the world as if it was the day before, never moving forward from that day. And at first, he was confused about it, saying, what's going on? How come I'm living the exact same day? And it was Groundhog Day. So he would wake up and it would be this radio station playing on the radio. That's when he would know it was the same day. But think about your life. How often do you hear your just alarm and already go, oh, here it is again. I woke up and I'm living the same day. I mean, it's not Groundhog Day, or the calendar date has moved for you at least, but you wake up just like that character in the movie woke up, hearing your alarm, hearing whatever you hear when you first wake up, and say, oh, here we go again. And I'm not saying maybe you're that bad about it, but maybe, you have that kind of feeling that you go, oh, here we go. I'm dreading the day. I need my coffee. So it's the same pattern that you're in. So what happened in that movie? Well, he tried everything. He was thinking, well, at least I'm getting better at this really not so fun day, right? So he would meet people, maybe try meeting different people and say, will this change my circumstance? If I go this way or that way, will that change my circumstance? But one thing he always had a desire for, or actually started building his desire for, was that he was eyeballing one of his coworkers who was so virtuous, because day after day, every time he saw her in this context, she was bubbly, she was warm and friendly, she always had something positive to say, and, if he shows up all wah-wah, she was like, hey, Phil, what's wrong? Do you need help with anything? That was her personality. And it really outshined everybody else in his life. So then he was thinking, how do I get a girl like that? How does this person have such optimism and smiles all the time and just walks through life in the same area that I'm at. We have the same company that we work for, but yet she is just tremendously happy. What's the difference? What's going on? So he goes on this journey. It's the same day every day. Now that he has a focus, he has a direction of saying, I want her in my life. And so he does all these things to impress her. He takes piano lessons to impress her. Okay? Now, nothing changes. They do become closer. And each time he's learning something different from this very positive, light person. And ultimately, the big shift, and not to give away the plot, because look, if you don't even know what I'm talking about here, or you've never heard me say this, this podcast, you would probably just watch it for pure entertainment value. I mean, definitely watch it. I'm not giving away the plot, or maybe I am, but but I think if you watch it just to be entertained, it's a funny movie. But at least now you know the deeper message, at least the way I see it. And so, nothing shifted for him until he said, I need to change myself. I'm not going to do this for her anymore. I've discovered that I am a good person, that I do have capabilities, that I can make a choice, that if I want to improve myself, it's for me. But I do cherish the fact that people are resonating with it. I appreciate that it's really useful and helpful, that people are willing to accept my help, and that within the span of a day, the whole town falls in love with him just because, his virtues rose to the surface. And then in turn, she was being attracted to him and found herself intrigued by his light and how others around him really cherished who he was because of what he was giving out. So if you feel stuck in your Groundhog Day, think of that adventure. Think about waking up, being fully aware of where you came from, being fully aware of all the things that have happened in your life and the choices that you've made, but then saying to yourself, today is a new day. I have a whole arsenal of new choices that I can take today that will change the course of my life, that will change the way people perceive me, because I am giving much more than I was. And I'm not now giving to ask for something in return. It's just who I am. It's just what I love to do. I love being armed with the fact that, look, I can catch people when they fall. I can give them advice when they need it. I can hug a friend who just needs a listening person or just a warm holding of a hand. I can do that. It doesn't have to be complicated. Nothing in this dream success strategy should be complicated. Now, it can help you figure out complicated things, but that shouldn't be the thing that's making you stuck. And I get stuck sometimes, okay, because I don't know everything. But the reason that I know I'm stuck is because there's something new that I have to learn. There's something I need to reassess. And I never feel upset about it, if that makes sense. My brain gets cloudy for a second, and that's when I know to stop whatever it is I'm doing, push everything out, wake up as if it's a new day. We can take new action. Yesterday was yesterday. I'm fully aware of what happened yesterday, but I am taking that knowledge, I'm taking that experience and building upon it. And then no matter what, who are the people around me? Am I making them happy? Because they're not going to know all the intricacies of my mind, nor do they have to. It is a gift from me and also a gift for them that I can approach life just in a more positive attitude as I'm able to, right? Like if you're not good at it yet, hang out with positive people. You've heard this. You are the sum of the people that you spend the most time with. Well, of course, because at some point their light is shining so bright that you can't help but want that in your life as well. Okay? And don't feel like, oh, I don't want to be like just like them because I'm copying them. Copy them. There's nothing wrong with really striving for something good. If it's good, strive for it. You know, like if you make wine and you know there's really good wine out there, well then strive to make your wine really good too. Okay, it's a process. Wine making is a process. Goal setting is a process. Living life is a process. Existing, not really a process, right? You're just blah, I'm there. Here we go. Now, what are you gonna do? Hopefully this helped you today. Watch that movie if you want to. Maybe you find other parallels in other movies that you say, oh, look, I see where that shifted for that person. I see the moral in that story. You know, if you read your Bible, Jesus tells you about all these different stories, how people, if they're stuck or if they shift, what needs to happen. It's your virtues, it's your value, it's your gratitude. Bring it out to the surface, okay? Read other books. Figure out something that's going to inspire you and give you the different tools so that you can achieve the dreams that you desire. So until next time, I'm signing off, but I want you to explore whatever you can. Join us in our community. We have a study group for different books that we just started. I'd love to see you in that mastermind. And of course, reach out to me. Feel free to email me. Look for Marilen Crump and look for the hashtag Expert Dreamcatcher. So I'll catch you later.